The days and weeks after the embassy attack were tense but full of hope. People talked more openly about what had happened. The new laws were working, but not everyone was happy about them. Some old Virathi nobles held quiet meetings and tried to stir up anger, but most people were ready for change. Lily noticed more Virathi treating her with kindness. Even some who had once avoided her now greeted her politely in the street or at the market. She saw more humans and aliens laughing together at public places, and she felt like Virath was finally becoming a better home for all. Still, trouble did not vanish. The group of angry nobles did not give up. They sent secret messages to each other, blaming Lily and her friends for everything they lost. They wanted to scare Lily and make her lead the planet. They spread rumors, hoping to turn people against her. Some said Lily was dangerous, while others claimed she wanted to control the whole Galactic Union. At first, these rumors made Lily worried. But every time she felt afraid, Sam or TIE was there. "We know the truth," Sam said. "Let them talk. They are only afraid of losing power." Lily's work at the embassy grew more important. She trained new staff and helped write lesson plans for cultural classes. One day, a group of young Virathi and alien students invited her to their school. They wanted to show her what they learned from her story. They performed a short play where a Virathi noble reached out to grab someone, but the other actors stopped him. Instead, they all shook hands and smiled. The students thanked Lily for teaching them to respect each other. Lily felt tears in her eyes, but she smiled and promised to keep teaching Dot at home. Lily tried to rest, but sometimes fear crept back in. One night, she noticed a strange shadow outside her window. Her heart pounded as she checked the door and locked every window. Sam stayed on the line with her until she felt safe again. TA brought tea and sat up with her until she could sleep. Even when afraid, Lily knew she was not alone. Then, the threats became more serious. Someone left a note at the embassy door, saying Lily should leave or else. The embassy guards reported to the Galactic Union, who promised to investigate. They gave Lily a small alarm to carry everywhere. The staff held emergency drills. Some people were afraid to go outside, but Lily told them not to let fear win. "We have come too far to stop now," she said Dot one morning. T.I. noticed someone watching their apartment from across the street. T.A. quietly told Sam, who called the embassy guards. The guards caught the person, who turned out to be part of the group of angry nobles. He admitted he was only sent to watch and report what Lily did. Each day, the Galactic Union took the matter seriously and sent more security to protect Lily, Sam, and TIA. After that, more people came forward with information. Some younger Virathi told the guards where the group was meeting. With this help, the authorities caught the main troublemakers before they could act. The Galactic Union thanked Lily and her friends for staying brave and helping make Virath safer for everyone. When the news spread that the group had been stopped, the city relaxed. There were celebrations in the parks and on the streets. People danced under the blue trees and sang songs about new beginnings. The mural Syrah and her friends painted grew larger, spreading hope and showing humans and aliens together. Sarah thanked Lily again, saying, "You did not give up, and now we feel safe." Lily was invited to speak at a school again. She talked about courage, not just for herself, but for everyone who spoke up or helped a friend. "Courage is not just fighting," she told the students. "It is helping someone, even when you are scared. It is telling the truth, even if your voice shakes." The students clapped, and some even hugged her. Back at the embassy, Lily, Sam, and TIA were honored by the Galactic Union. They received medals for bravery and for helping change the laws. Their story was told on the news across many worlds. Messages came from faraway planets, thanking Lily and her friends. Some wanted to visit Virath to see the changes for themselves. Life became peaceful again, but different from before. Lily saw people acting with more kindness everywhere she went. She heard less talk of anger and more about hope. Young Virathi often stopped to thank her. Even a few older nobles admitted things were better now. Sam joked that Lily would soon need a bigger mailbox for all her letters. One evening, as they walked home together, Sam said, "You changed the world, Lily." Lily smiled and shook her head. "We changed it, all of us." T.I. laughed. "And there is still more to do," Lily agreed. She wanted to visit other worlds and help teach more people. She started writing a book about her experiences, hoping it would help others find their own courage. Her parents back on Earth said they were proud. Though they still missed her everyday dot as the stars shone over Virith, Lily looked up and felt hope for the future. She had been afraid, but she learned that standing together with friends could make even the hardest days better. She knew challenges would come again, but she was not alone. She had friends, she had hope, and now the whole galaxy was listening. Lily tried her best to return to a normal life, but everything had changed. People still stopped her in the streets to say thank you or to ask her questions. Some asked for her help with their own problems. Others wanted to take a picture with her to show their friends. Even when she just wanted to buy food or sit in the park, someone always seemed to notice her. It was strange and sometimes tiring, but Lily understood that her story had touched many lives. At work, the embassy became a busy place. There were always new meetings about the changes happening on Virith. Some old rules were gone and new ones were taking their place. The classes about human customs grew larger. Lily was asked to teach more often. She showed the other workers how to ask before touching, how to use words to make people feel safe, and how to listen when someone said no. Some found it hard, but Lily was patient. She remembered how much she once had to learn too. One afternoon, after a lesson, a young Virathi woman named Sarah came to Lily. She said, "My parents do not understand why I want to change. They say the old ways are better, but I do not want to live afraid. Thank you for teaching us." Lily felt proud. She gave Sarah a small bracelet from Earth, a sign of friendship. Sarah promised to share what she learned with her friends. Sam and T.I. were always by Lily's side. Sam joked that he should make a Team Lily badge for all the humans. T.I. became known for her support of the new rules, even among other aliens. Some Virathi tried to argue with her, but T.I.A. always answered with calm words. She said, "Change is hard, but it is good. We can all be better." As the weeks went by, news of what happened on Virith spread to other planets. More humans and aliens wrote to Lily, asking her to visit their worlds and help teach about respect and consent. The Galactic Union invited her to join a special committee to write new rules for all member planets. Lily agreed, wanting to help others, even if it meant more hard work, but not everyone was happy with the changes. Some powerful Virathi nobles met in secret. They said Lily was the reason their old ways were being destroyed. They blamed her for Zaurix's shame and for losing their special rights. These nobles began to plan. They sent messages full of anger, warning that Lily should leave Virith. Lily's friends were worried, but Lily refused to run. She said, "I will not hide. I will not let fear win." One day, while walking home, Lily noticed she was being followed. Two Virathi in dark clothes watched her from a distance. She hurried, heart pounding, and sent a message to Sam and Tia. Sam called for help. Tia met Lily near the tram station. Together, they went to the embassy and told the security team. The guards promised to watch over Lily and her friends. They also told the Galactic Union, who sent more officers to protect her. Even with the extra guards, Lily did not feel safe. She found herself checking every shadow and looking over her shoulder. At night, she had trouble sleeping. She thought about home and missed the quiet fields of Kansas. Sam tried to cheer her up with stories about silly things he did as a kid. T.A. cooked meals from her planet, filling their apartment with sweet smells and warm light. Lily felt better with her friends around her, but she wished the fear would go away. One evening, T.I. received a strange message from a friend. The message said that some angry Virathi planned to cause trouble at the embassy. They wanted to stop the new rules and make everyone afraid again. T.I. told Lily right away. Lily sent the information to the security chief, who took it seriously. The embassy staff worked late, checking every room and talking to the Galactic Union. The next day, a small group of masked Virathi tried to break into the embassy. They carried signs and shouted about tradition and power, but the guards were ready. They caught the group and called the police. The incident was stopped before anyone got hurt. News spread fast, and most people were shocked. Many Virathi said they were ashamed of the troublemakers. Others said it proved the new rules were needed even more. After the attack, Lily was called to speak to the Galactic Union Committee. She explained what happened and told them that change always made some people angry. "We cannot let fear stop us," she said. The committee thanked her for her courage. They promised to finish writing the new rules quickly. Days later, the Virathi government passed new laws about consent and respect. They used Lily's story in their speeches. Sarah and her friends celebrated by painting murals on the city walls, showing people of many worlds standing together. The murals became a symbol of hope and change. Lily visited the murals with Sam and T.I. She felt proud and took pictures to send to her parents on Earth. As more time passed, things grew calmer. The old nobles lost some of their power. Young people and students led rallies for peace and respect. New festivals were held where everyone was welcome. Humans and Virathi danced together and shared food. Lily saw that change was possible. She still got messages from people who were scared or angry, but more and more she received thanks and words of kindness. One night, Lily sat with T.I. and Sam under the glowing trees, watching the sky. She felt tired, but her heart was lighter. She had faced fear and helped others find courage. She knew she would always carry some worry, but she was not alone. She told her friends, "We did something important. We showed them what it means to be strong and kind at the same time." Sam smiled. "We just acted like humans. That's all." T.I. nodded. "And maybe the galaxy will learn." Lily looked up at the stars. She did not know what the future would bring, but she was ready to meet it with her friends beside her and hope in her heart. The judges met in private for many hours. Everyone waited. News reporters filled the plaza outside the tribunal building. They talked to anyone willing to speak. Some people said they wanted Zalrix to be punished. Others said they felt sorry for him. Many said they were proud of Lily for speaking up. Inside, Lily sat in a quiet room with Sam and T.I. She tried not to worry, but her hands would not stop shaking. T.I. gave her warm tea and Sam told her jokes to make her smile. But the wait felt endless. Finally, a messenger called them to the main chamber. The hall was packed. The judges sat at the front, their faces serious. The head judge stood and spoke. "So everyone could hear, we have listened to all the words. We have watched the recording. We have studied the laws of Virith and the Galactic Union." The judge said Zalrix broke the rules. He grabbed Lily without her consent. The tribunal believed Lily acted only to protect herself and did not use too much force. The judge said, "It is not right for anyone, human or Virathi, to be touched without their permission. This must change." The crowd was silent for a moment, then voices rose in surprise. Some clapped, some shouted in anger. The judge announced that Zalrix would have to make a public apology. He would also be removed from his important position for a year. Lily would be given an award for courage and for helping the Galactic Union understand more about human customs. Lily felt a wave of relief, mixed with worry. She did not want to be a hero, but she was glad the tribunal listened. Sam hugged her and T.I. squeezed her hand. Outside, the news spread very fast. On the Galactic Net, people from many worlds talked about the decision. Some were angry, but many more were happy. They said it was a step toward respect and safety for everyone. Later that day, the apology was broadcast. Zalrix stood on a stage with many officials around him. He looked stiff and uncomfortable. He read from a card. "I am sorry for grabbing Lily Carter without her permission. I did not understand how wrong it was. I have learned from this. I ask all Virathi to learn too. Some people thought the apology sounded forced, but others said it was important for the whole planet to hear. Lily was asked to speak after the apology. She stood before the cameras and took a breath. She thanked everyone who had supported her. She said, "I hope no one else has to feel afraid the way I did. We can all learn to ask before we act. I believe things can get better if we work together." After her speech, messages flooded her communicator. Some were from aliens who said they had never dared to speak up before. Others were from humans on Earth telling her they felt proud. A few Virathi even sent messages saying they were sorry for Zalrix's behavior and wanted to be her friend. The Galactic Union quickly announced new rules. From now on, all workers in the Union had to attend classes about consent and respect for all species. They used Lily's story as an example of why these rules were important. Human ways of asking before touching and making sure everyone felt safe became part of the training at the embassy. Life changed. Some people were still upset, but most were curious. Aliens who had never thought about personal space before started to ask before shaking hands or touching. Some were awkward, but Lily always smiled and helped them understand. Sam joked that soon everyone in the galaxy would act like humans. The younger Virathi watched carefully. Many said they wanted to change. Old customs. They started to talk about new laws for their planet. Some older Virathi were angry, saying their traditions were being destroyed, but others said it was time for a change. T.I. told Lily, "You have started something new. People will remember this for a long time." For a while, Lily felt watched everywhere. She went. Some people stared, some whispered, but many greeted her kindly. She missed being just another worker at the embassy, but she understood things could not go back to how they were before. She found comfort in talking with her friends, and she wrote messages to her family every night. Her parents were proud, though they worried about her safety. Lily promised them she was careful and not alone. One afternoon, Lily met a group of young Virathi in the city park. They asked her questions about Earth and about what it felt like to speak up at the tribunal. One girl said, "My mother says we should always do what the elders say, but I think you are right. I want to live with respect too." Lily listened and answered as best she could. She realized her story had reached far beyond the tribunal hall. Some groups of powerful Virathi did not accept the changes. They met in secret and spoke against the new rules. Lily heard rumors that some wanted to make trouble for her, but Sam and T.I. kept watch and made sure she was safe. The Galactic Union promised to protect her, and many people sent her messages offering help if she ever felt threatened as the days passed. Lily was asked to help teach a class for new Galactic Union workers. She stood in front of a room filled with aliens from many worlds. She explained what consent meant and why it mattered. She told her own story, and the students listened closely. Some looked confused, but many nodded and wrote notes. After class, several students thanked her. One alien said, "I did not know. Now I will never forget." Lily walked home that night on the soft blue trees of Virith. She thought about how much had changed in such a short time. She missed home, but she felt proud of what she had done. She hoped that soon nobody would have to feel afraid on any planet in the Union. That night, as Lily watched the stars through her window, she received a message from Zalrix. It was short and awkward. He wrote, "I am sorry for what I did. I hope you can forgive me someday." Lily did not know how to answer, but she was glad he had tried in the days after the tribunal. More planets began to talk about making their own rules about consent and respect. Lily heard from other humans and aliens who wanted her advice. Some wanted to visit Earth to learn more about human customs. Lily smiled, knowing she had become a small part of something much bigger. She still felt afraid sometimes, but she also felt hope. She knew the future would not be easy, but it would be better for her and for everyone in the galaxy who wanted to feel safe and respected. Lily spent the next few days in her small apartment, waiting for the Galactic Tribunal. the news did not slow down. More stories about her spread across the galactic net. Each day, more people sent messages. Some wanted to encourage her, some wanted to argue, and others just wanted to know what it felt like to stand up to a noble. She read what she could, but tried not to let it get to her. She spent her time with T.I. and Sam, preparing for what was coming. Sam brought over a notebook with lists of possible questions. He had talked to some other humans who had been in tricky situations with aliens before. T.I. helped Lily practice her answers. Sometimes they laughed when Lily answered too quickly, and sometimes they got serious when the questions turned hard. Sam reminded Lily that she did not have to be perfect. She just needed to tell the truth. One night, T.I. made a simple meal from her home planet. Lily was nervous, but the meal helped. After dinner, they all sat together on the floor. T.I. said, "When you speak at the tribunal, you will not be alone. Many are watching. You are strong, even if you feel afraid." Sam nodded. "Just tell them what happened. Show them who you are." The day of the tribunal arrived. The Galactic Union building was tall and covered in shining crystal panels. Inside, people from many worlds filled the large hall. Lily wore her plain suit and tried to keep her hands steady. Sam and T.I. walked with her, giving quiet support. Security guards led them to a waiting room. There, a staff member explained the process. Lily would be asked questions by the judges, by Zalrix's lawyers, and by the tribunal's own investigators. When her name was called, Lily walked out into the main chamber. The judges were aliens of different shapes and colors. Some floated, some sat on wide chairs, and a few watched from high balconies. The audience was full. Reporters recorded everything. The head judge, a tall blue-skinned being, welcomed Lily and asked her to speak about what happened. Lily took a deep breath. She explained the event using simple words. She told them how she had been doing her job, how Zalrix grabbed her, and how she reacted. She told them she felt scared, but she knew she had to stand up for herself. She sighed, "On Earth, we are taught to protect ourselves. It is normal for us to say no." The judges listened carefully. One judge asked Lily if she had meant to hurt Zalrix. Lily shook her head. "No, I only wanted him to stop. I did not want to fight, but I had to make him let go." Next, Zalrix was called to speak. He wore dark clothes and looked down at the floor. His voice was cold. He said he did not mean to frighten Lily. He said he was only curious about humans. When asked why he grabbed her, he said, "I did not know it was wrong. On Virith, we do not ask." The tribunal played the recording for everyone to see. It showed Zalrix grabbing Lily and Lily breaking free. The sound was clear. People in. The audience whispered. Some looked shocked. Others looked angry. The judges asked Lily if she had been trained to defend herself. Lily nodded. She told them about her father teaching her to twist her arm and push away if someone grabbed her. On Earth, we have to learn. Our world is dangerous. We must know how to take care of ourselves. Zalrix's lawyer tried to make Lily look bad. He asked her why she pushed back instead of calling for help. Lily answered, "There was no time. I did what I knew was safe." The lawyer tried to say humans were too aggressive, but another judge stopped him. The judge said, "It is not wrong to want to be safe." Sam and T.I. watched from the side. When Lily looked their way, they smiled and nodded. Lily felt braver when she saw them. Other witnesses were called. A Virathi woman said she saw the whole thing. She said Zalrix had grabbed Lily too hard and that Lily did not start the fight. Another alien said humans are known for defending themselves, even when afraid. The tribunal took a break. Lily waited with Sam and T.I. in a quiet room. Sam squeezed her hand. "You are doing great." T.I. gave her a hug. "Many people are learning from you." When the tribunal started again, the head judge said they would decide soon. Both sides could say a few more words. Lily stood and spoke simply. She said, "I want to live in peace. I do not want trouble. I only want respect and safety." Zalrix tried to say he was sorry, but his words did not sound real. The judges did not smile. After the session, reporters waited outside. They asked Lily many questions. She answered as calmly as she could. She said she was tired but hopeful. "I want this to be a lesson for everyone," she said. "We can all learn to be better." That night, Lily could not sleep. She kept thinking about the tribunal. She worried about what the judges would decide. Sam called to check on her, and T.I. stayed nearby. They reminded her that she had done all she could. The next day, news spread fast. Some said Lily had changed the way many people thought about humans. Others argued that aliens should not have to follow human rules. But more and more people said they wanted new laws to protect everyone. Lily read some of these stories and felt proud. Even if she was afraid, she had spoken her truth. She hoped the judges would see that too. As the sun rose on Virith, Lily watched the city lights fade into day. She did not know what the decision would be, but she knew she had done her best. She promised herself that whatever happened, she would keep standing up for herself and for others who needed help. She was not just a visitor anymore. She was part of something bigger than herself. Lily woke up feeling tired. She did not sleep well. Even when she closed her eyes, she kept seeing Zalrix's face and feeling his hand on her arm. The messages on her communicator kept coming all night. Some people wrote to say they were proud of her. Some sent angry words or warnings. She tried not to read everything. She had to be strong for herself and for others who might face the same thing. At breakfast, T.I. made tea for both of them. T.I.'s green skin glowed softly in the kitchen light. She told Lily that the news was everywhere. People all over the planet Virith were talking about what had happened. Some Virathi were angry. They said Lily had insulted a noble. Others thought Zalrix was wrong and said he should be punished. TIA said, "You are brave, Lily. You showed everyone that humans are not weak." Lily was grateful for TIA's support. She got ready for work, choosing her plain blue suit. When she arrived at the embassy, she saw groups of aliens talking in the halls. Some stopped and stared at her. A few even whispered, but nobody said anything to her face. Sam met her by the door. He smiled and said, "Don't worry, Lily. Most people are on your side." The embassy was full of activity. Reporters waited outside the building, hoping for a chance to ask Lily questions. The security team made sure she got inside safely. Inside, Lily's supervisor called her to a meeting. Several important people from the Galactic Union were there, along with embassy staff and some lawyers. They told Lily that the incident had reached the Galactic Council. Many worlds were now asking if humans were safe on Virith. The council demanded an investigation. There would be a tribunal, a big meeting where both sides could tell their story. Lily was asked to speak about what happened. She felt nervous, but agreed. She wanted the truth to be known. After the meeting, Lily went to her office. She tried to work, but it was hard to focus. Every few minutes, her communicator buzzed with another message. Some people from Earth sent her news clips and pictures of protests. There were people holding signs with her name, calling for justice. Others sent her messages of support from faraway planets. She even got a message from a child on a mining world who said, "You make me feel brave too." Sam brought her lunch, and they ate together in a quiet room. Sam told her that the Virathi nobles were trying to protect Zalrix. They said he did not mean to hurt anyone, and that he did not understand human ways. Sam said, "They are used to getting what they want, but things are changing. People are watching now." Lily asked Sam if he thought she did the right thing. Sam nodded. "You stood up for yourself. That's all anyone can do. If we let them push us around, it will never stop." In the afternoon, Lily was asked to give an interview to Galactic News. She was nervous, but she agreed. The interviewer was a small alien with soft fur and bright eyes. The room was full of cameras and lights. Lily sat in a chair, her hands folded in her lap. The interviewer asked her to describe what happened. Lily answered honestly. She said Zaurix grabbed her without asking, and that she acted on instinct. She said humans are taught to defend themselves because their world is dangerous. The interviewer asked her if she was afraid. Lily said she was afraid in the moment, but she felt stronger because so many people were supporting her. She said, "We all deserve to be treated with respect. No one should be touched without their consent." After the interview, Lily checked her messages again. This time, there were messages from alien students at the university. Some said they never realized how different human customs were. Others thanked her for speaking up, saying they had been treated badly before too. Lily felt a little better. Maybe her story could help others stop by evening. The protests on Earth had grown. People marched in the streets with signs and candles. News from the Galactic Net showed that other planets were also talking about human rights. There were debates in the Virathi Parliament. Some wanted to punish Lily for embarrassing Zaurix. Others said Virath needed new laws to protect everyone, not just nobles. Lily's supervisor told her to stay home for a few days while things settled down. She agreed, but she hated feeling useless. She wanted to do something, not just wait. T-Hay suggested she write a message to share with everyone, explaining how she felt and why she stood up for herself. That night, Lily sat by her window, looking at the stars. She wrote a simple message and posted it to the Galactic Net. She said she was not a hero, just someone who wanted to be safe and respected. She thanked everyone for their support and asked people to be kind to one another. The message spread quickly. People began to share their own stories. Some aliens said they had been grabbed or bullied before, but never spoke out. Others wrote poems or drew pictures about what happened to Lily. The embassy staff made plans to offer new classes about human customs and personal boundaries. Meanwhile, on Virath, Zaurix's family tried to protect him. They sent messages to the council saying he should not be blamed. But many Virathi were angry with Zaurix. Some even called for his exile. There were heated arguments in the news. Old traditions were being questioned. Younger Virathi began to say that maybe humans had the right idea about respect and consent. Lily felt the world changing around her, even though she stayed inside her small apartment. She was afraid, but she also felt proud. She knew she had done the right thing. TAA stayed by her side, making tea and reminding her that she was not alone. Late that night, Sam called. He said the Galactic Tribunal was set for the end of the week. Lily would need to tell her story in front of judges from many worlds. Sam and T.I. promised to help her prepare. Lily was scared, but she knew she had to be brave. Not just for herself, but for everyone who was watching. She closed her eyes and tried to sleep, dreaming of a future where no one would be afraid to stand up for what was right. Lily Carter grew up in Kansas on a small farm, but she had always dreamed of going far beyond the fields and skies she knew. She wanted to see the stars. When Earth joined the Galactic Union, she studied as hard as she could and earned a spot as a junior cultural liaison. She moved to the planet Virath, a place of tall crystal buildings and soft blue trees, where the sky seemed to glow at night. Every morning, she took a tram to her work at the Galactic Embassy. The tram was full of creatures from other worlds. Some looked like walking plants, others wore bright robes, and a few floated just above the ground. Lily always felt a little out of place, but she tried to smile at everyone she met. On this particular day, Lily was busy helping set up a large event. The Galactic Union was welcoming a new member species, and all the diplomats were gathering. For a celebration, there was music, food, and decorations everywhere. Lily's job was to guide visitors, answer questions, and make sure nobody got lost. She wore her best suit, a simple gray jacket and skirt, and carried a badge that showed she was there to help Dot as the hall filled with guests. Lily tried to hide her nerves. She saw her friend Sam, another human who worked with her, talking to some tall, thin aliens with glowing eyes. Lily gave him a small wave, and he grinned back, giving her a thumbs up. Lily looked around for her alien roommate T.I., but she couldn't see her in the crowd. Suddenly, the room became quieter. A group of Virathi nobles entered, dressed in shining fabrics that caught the light. The Virathi were tall and slender, with smooth silver skin and sharp golden eyes. One of them, a young noble named Zalrix, moved with extra confidence. People whispered as he passed by. Zalrix was known for being curious about humans, but also for not caring much about rules or manners. Lily's supervisor asked her to guide Zalrix and his group to their seats. Lily nodded, doing her best to look calm. She walked up to Zalrix, smiled and said, "Welcome. I'll show you where to go." Zalrix looked her up and down, then nodded with a small, cold smile. As Lily led the way, she felt his eyes watching her. She tried to focus on her job. When they reached the special seats near the front, Zalrix suddenly stepped closer. Without warning, he reached out and grabbed Lily's arm. His grip was strong and cold. Lily froze for a second, shocked. The Virathi around them stopped talking. Zalrix said, "You humans are so small. How do you live on such a harsh world?" His voice was loud, and some people laughed nervously. Lily's heart raced. She looked up at Zalrix and pulled her arm back hard. "Let go of me," she said, her voice shaking but clear. She pushed against his hand, twisting the way her father had taught her years ago, and broke free. Zalrix stumbled back, more surprised. Then hurt. The room fell silent. For a moment, nobody moved. Then someone near the back took out a recorder. Another person started whispering. Lily felt her cheeks burn, but she stood straight. She said, "Do not touch me without asking. That is not okay." Zalrix looked at her, his face changing from surprise to anger, but he didn't move. One of the older Virathi nobles stepped between them and whispered something to Zalrix. He turned and walked away, his group following, but people kept staring. Lily felt like she couldn't breathe. She tried to leave, but Sam appeared beside her. "Are you okay?" he asked quietly. Lily nodded, but her hands were shaking. "He just grabbed me," she whispered. "I didn't do anything wrong." Sam put a hand on her shoulder. "You stood up for yourself. Everyone saw." By the time Lily got to the break room, the whole embassy seemed to know what had happened. Some people came to check on her. Others avoided her eyes. Lily sat down and tried to calm herself. Her communicator buzzed with messages from her friends back home and other human workers in the city. Most said they were proud of her. A few warned her to be careful. Not long after, someone sent her a link to the video. It was already on the Galactic net. The recording showed Zalrix grabbing Lily, then her breaking free and telling him off. The video had subtitles in many languages. Some comments praised Lily. Others argued back and forth about who was right. Lily didn't want to watch it, but she knew she had to. She saw her own face, pale and determined, standing up to someone much taller and stronger. She looked at herself and felt a strange mix of fear and pride. That evening, Lily stayed late to finish her work. She didn't want anyone to think she was weak. TIA finally found her in the hallway. TI's green hair was glowing with worry. "You are safe?" she asked. Lily nodded and told her what happened. TA listened carefully and hugged her, saying, "That was very brave. Some Virathi think they can do anything, but they must learn." At home that night, Lily watched the stars through her window and thought about her family back in Kansas. She wanted to talk to her mom and dad, but it was late on Earth. She wondered what would happen next. She knew things might get harder, but she promised herself she would not hide. She would not let Zalrix or anyone make her feel small again. By the next morning, the story was everywhere. The incident had sparked outrage from both humans and some aliens. Messages came from people Lily didn't even know, some thanking her, some asking if she was all right, and others just wanting to know why she reacted as she did. The embassy staff started talking about new training for all workers. Lily's supervisor supported her, telling her she did the right thing. As Lily walked into the embassy, she saw more people than usual watching her. Some gave her respectful nods. A few Verity even stopped to apologize for Zauritz's actions, saying not all their people thought like him. Lily thanked them and tried to move on with her day. She still felt nervous, but she realized something important. Even in a place far from home, she was not alone. People cared about what happened. She was part of something bigger now, and her actions had started something she could not have imagined.